I'm Sue Boo, bringing crafting to you. I'm going to have to put my light on again. I don't know why my phone keeps looking dull on the screen, so don't know whether it's because it's getting towards evening time or not. I'm not sure, but hey ho, right. So we are going to make a fun fold, and I want you to start off with a piece of cardstock that measures 10 inches along, but it wants to only measure 6 7/8. You'll see why, because I've lowered the measurements to make easy division, should I say. Right, okay, so you want to score it in half at 5 inches on your 10-inch side, and 7.5. Okay, and then we're going to fold it in half. So let me just move my trimmer out of my way a minute. Bring in my bone folder to give some nice good crease. So we're going to fold that 10.5, 5 inches, and then we're going to fold back. I'm going to open it up so that I can give a nice crease to this side, nice crease to that side. So it's going to be like a Z fold with a difference. Right, now if you followed me, you will see that I like to go down the sides of my card where I've cut with my trimmer, and it just flattens those edges. So I like to go around, flatten all those edges. Right, so you want it so that your 5 by 6 7/8 is facing on your right hand side, so you're going to be opening like this. Right, now I've got a piece of white card, and this measures 5, no it doesn't, it measures 4 3/4 by 6 5/8. Okay, and then I got a piece of DSP, and this started off at 4.5 by 6 3/8, and then all I've done is put the point on the diagonal, and I've just gone down the middle so that I've got a triangle, and I'm just going to stick this down, not that one, it's this one I want. So that's, I did leave it out. So you started off with that, as I say, 4.5 by 6 3/8, and then I put it in the trimmer. I'll just show you. So I put it, get it cornered so that you got your corners in there. Now, a little tip for you: start your blade in the middle of your paper, go to the corner, lift up, come back, and then go up to the corner. That stops you from having any nastiness happening on there. So I'm using the perennial lavender, I think, the paper. Let's just check. No, let's see if it's on the back there. What's it called? Yes, perennial lavender design paper. So this beautiful paper was in last times, I think, and it's gone over, which is amazing, because that doesn't often happen. And when we get such gorgeous papers, it's hard to let them go. So I'm going to stick this on first. So I was inspired by Susan Campfield this morning, that has done a design like this, and I was inspired by her, so I'm trying to get equal increment, top, bottom, so there. But I have chosen to do different colours and do this type of designer paper, and I'll show you as we go along. Right, now I want to stamp a verse on this, so I'm using Encircled in Nature. I'm going to use Pretty Peacock because we've got this Pretty Peacock and I think Lost Lagoon in this, as well as your Highland Heather. So I'm going to stick it as high up as I can. There we go. That's beautiful. So you would write obviously here. So bring back in my card to put it on. Okay. So we got the stamping out of the way. Now I've done a lot of prep, so you haven't, it's not going to be a long video, this one. So I'm going to put equal increments all the way round. There, is it, that nice border, and I'm going on the theme of it being butterflies. Okay, so pick that out. Now you'll need a piece of the same card, so whatever DSP you choose to use, you use a coordinating colour from your DSP. So as I say, I've chosen to use the Gorgeous Grape, and this piece measures 3 inches by 1 3/8. Now we're going to put this in the top corner here, and as you can see, I'll put that a bit closer. Where are we? So you can see that has got butterflies on it too. So this embossing folder is so beautiful. It's called Meadow Moments, and it had 2 in it, so it's Meadow Moments, and it's a beautiful, I don't think you can get it, and I'm going to actually put my glue on this side of my card, and then I'm just going to put those up, so making sure that it goes level. I'm going to stand it up so it goes level with the outside, and that, don't mutter about glue because I'm going to go down. My next one is DSP, and as I say, this is the Perennial Lavender, and this is 3.5 by 1 3/8. And again, I'm just going to put my glue on here. So I'm going to put that up. Make sure if you've got DSP that is directional, you get it in the right direction. So I'll just put this down here. So then we've got one that is 4 inches by our 1 3/8. There you go. And then another piece of DSP. Oh, I nearly put it on the DSP. I want to put it on here. And this one measures 1 3/8 by 4.5. Okay, and just put that up nicely, just making sure that you have got that all lining up. And then your last one, which is 5 inches by your 1 3/8. So that's why I had to do my card base. Instead of it being a 7 by 5 card complete, it has to be that little bit smaller, because you needed 1 3/8 to make this even all the way down. Okay, make sure that it's all buttered up there nicely. Okay, now I love this Encircled in Nature. You can get the dies, and that's precisely what I am using. Where's my where have you gone? My pokey tool. Well, I'm going to use the pin of my glue. I know I've had it out. Yes, it's there. Let me just get it. So I have cut these out of the Encircled in Nature. It cuts 2 out at a time, which is quite good. It cuts one going one way and one going the other way. So you're able to make a continuous circle with it, which is lovely. But I decided I'd cut them out in white, and I've also cut out, so I cut two to put it through twice, because when you cut it, I think it cuts like that. So you've got one going that way, one going that way. So you can make a continuous circle. So I wanted the opposite ways as well. So I'm going to do that. Right, now, I decided to be quite crazy and carry on my butterfly. I would have preferred a bigger butterfly, but I don't have a butterfly bigger than the butterfly punch. I think this is my biggest one, and fortunately on the oceans, I hope I've not been off camera. Have I got my camera badly set up? I need to come back in here. So I hope you've been able to see that all right. So this happy birthday is a very small one, and it just fits on there nicely. Now I decided I'm going to use some tear and tape on the back of my butterfly. Starting off, I'm just going to put a little bit, so I'm just going to tear a little bit of tear and tape and put it on the back of my butterfly. And then I'm going to get some of my gold thread, and I'm just going to do a figure of 8, I think. So we'll just loop it up down there, loop it up. In fact, I don't want, let's do it that way. So I want that one, I want it going up there like that, going up there. What am I doing? I want to have my ends so they are different. I'm just going to loop it like that. Yes, that's it. And then they are opposite ends. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. My scissors under here somewhere, I think. Yes, under it. I'm just going to cut that off there. And then we're going to stick that, I think, as well on a dimensional, because I want to tuck things. So I'm just going to get my dimensional and stick that bang in the middle, so that will hold that in place anyway. I'm going to put it on the middle one. I think I just want to see how these are falling. So I think I decided, yeah, I wanted these coming this way. So I can afford to come a little bit that way. So I'm going to stick it so it's practically in the middle of that third one. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue on these. And I'm going to bring that one coming out from that wing. I wanted the silver coming on top. Come on. So that's going to come out there from the butterfly. And then I wanted this coming in the middle. I'm just going to bring that in the middle. And again, I'll tuck that underneath. So that's going to go there. And then one more of these. Going to stick that. Just putting glue on the end there, and that's going to stick under my butterfly around there, and that's going to go off to that side. Okay, and then we'll stick one in the middle first this time. So move that out of the way. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of glue on here, and that's going to go in the middle, going that way, and then we'll stick this one. Just going to put bit of glue on the ends there, and that's going to curve round. Now it doesn't matter if this comes off, obviously, that's fine because we've got all of that to play with. So I'll put that there, just get that one out there, and then just put a little bit of glue on this bit here. So I'm going to pop that under the wing, but this time we can't go over that. I'm going to pull that back a little bit. Oops. Pull that back a little bit because we can't go over with that one. We can go over with that one, but not that one. So we're sweeping like that. Now I'm going to stick a little bit of glue on its wing up here. Hold that down so that it's giving a bit of a shape to the butterfly. So come on, stick down. Might have to hold that a second or two to stick down so that it's got some shape there. And we'll bring in, I'm sure I've got some left, these purple ones. Shame I haven't got any of the small ones left, but let's see if I can get away with a big one. I'll just see. Let me have a look if I've got gorgeous crepe. I've got Highland Heather, so I'm not happy that it's a bit too big, that, so I'm looking for something that I can bring. I've got some little pearls here. I was gifted these, one of our old team members. So I'm going to colour the pearls in the Highland Heather. Oh, lovely lush. So when you haven't quite got what you want, if you've got some white pearls or something, you can always pick them up. Now, I think that's still got some, sticky underneath. So we want to stick one right on. Am I off camera with that? Sorry. I've got my camera very badly set up. I do apologise today. Now, that one's going to stick there, but I've just noted the two flowers, and I'm going to go for sticking that in the middle. You'll be able to see when I pull it up. So that's going to go in one flower, and this one is going to go in the other flower. Now that, coming off its bottom, get back on. There we go. So I like that. Oh, I do like that. Yeah. So that is fairly flat now, and to me, I think that will just post in normal post without any difficulty. So you know how I'm trying to keep things flat. So it is a fairly flat card, and then it opens up like that. You can put your writing in there, then it's going to stand there. So I will attempt to write in the corner so that when it's stood up, my writing's more hidden. But you'll see that better when I take the picture for the front of the video. So I hope you like that. Thank you for dropping by. Do stay safe, do stay well. Bye for now.